everyone. Oh, I forgot my tracking again. Let's go. Hello. Welcome everyone. There we go. I can move now. We're continuing Deltarune today. We did the very beginning of chapter 2 last week, so we'll continue from there. I don't think we'll be able to finish it today. I wanted to finish chapter 2 today, but we probably can't. Because chapter 1 took us 2 streams, I believe, and this one is apparently a little longer, so it is going to take us more time. But we'll get to see more of Queen, which I'm excited for. My stream manager is broken today, so I can't check on ads and stuff. I am sorry about that, but hopefully it won't be an issue. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with the ad schedule. So let me switch over. We're gonna continue where we left off. I hope the audio is fine because I do not hear anything. Hi, Queen. Ooh, that was cool. I like that. Continue. Okay, so last time, is there audio? Hold up. I don't hear anything. Do you guys hear anything? Hold on. Oh no. I guess there's no. There has to be audio, right? Right? Huh. That is very weird. Last time though, we beat Queen in an arcade, and now the arcade is broken, so this guy's cleaning it up. So we're gonna continue over here. These little things are so cute. What are you? I want to go back to the city, but the way is blocked. I'm no country boy. Let me out of Cyberfield. Yeah, I think there definitely is no audio. Hold up. I'm gonna restart the game. I'm hoping that solves it for us. I'm sure. Yeah. Now we have audio. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I wasn't hearing any audio. Hi, Queen. Bye, Queen. Alright. There we go. I can actually hear stuff now. Yay. Oh, this one's dancing so cute. Hi. Want to buy a bagel? Only 80. No, it's 400. 400? No. I'll buy it for 80. Got it. Want to buy 400 bagels? Only 80. Buy one bagel, buy 400 bagels, don't buy? Can I buy 400 bagels for $80? You're crushing their weight of 400 bagels and defeated instantly. Bagels can't be that heavy. They can't be that heavy. Not really. You just can't carry that many. Aw. But I want them. One bagel, 80. 400 bagels, also $80. I'll buy one. There you go. Can I have one too? You're selling them. But it's cute. Why wouldn't you let them have one? I heard there's a rebel team resisting Queen. So far, all I found are overpriced bagels. I'm assuming I can't go over here? Yeah. And you probably don't have new dialogue for me. Oh, you do. Yo, it's hard work being Queen's minion, ain't it? Why didn't you take a break and grab a snack? Ultra CD bagels, only $400 each. No. Huh? Come on, you can't survive off the air she breathes. Believe me, I've tried. What? Okay. Okay. Oh. Is this like a... Oh, okay, I see. I wonder which way is the right... Oh, there's a door here. Wait, can I not go in there? It's a lone door frame, but for some reason you can't see through it. Okay, I can't go through that. What do we have down here? I can't go here, right? Wait, what was the button for running? Oh, there we go, shit. Yeah, no, we have to go the other way around. Okay. Okay. Go up first. Hi. Oh. Why is Ralsei's trying to go back? Don't go back. Don't leave us alone. I'm the hacker. I'm going after the blue check marks. Find 3 in the cyber field ahead and I'll join your city. You just look like the kind of folks who have a cool city. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's hope I don't... Run. You gotta run. You gotta run. Yeah. Okay. We can't go over there. That's gonna kill me. I can't leave this area. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's do... Take care... X? Let's do that one. Everyone treated the enemy with tender, loving care. All the enemies felt great. Kindness is contagious. Okay, now don't attack me, maybe? Oh no, you're still gonna attack me. Okay. Fair. I guess you can spare. Yay! There we go. Cool. Agree to all. Okay, wait, is this another puzzle? You do it. Oh. Thanks, guys. You're very helpful. Okay. 3, 2. Why can I not get on 2? Let me get on 2. What the heck? Okay. A. Let me. Why won't you let me? Okay. R E G 2 A L L. Yay! I agreed to everything. Now they can have my soul legally. You typed agree to all. Thank you for agreeing to this peon release form. Now you're all legally my minions. And I can use your likeness for funny statues. What if we just don't do what you say? In that case, I would be forced to use another guy, probably. Better get started on that then. Okay, but I'm still going to use your likeness. What was that sound? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. Don't. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Can I get on this? This looks... Yay! Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, we're messing up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm messing up. Yeah, I want to go back down. Thank you. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's the right way, and I don't want to go the right way. Hi! Good luck trying to figure out which right to take. Oh, there's multiple. Okay. I see. Hi! This right is the right one. Thank you, little guy! That guy's so cute. I love that little robot. I love that little robot so much. I don't know how I'm supposed to be doing this. But what does the other one take me to? What happens if I go on the other ones? Hold on. Oh. Oh, I can do left, right. I don't have to do up, down. Okay. Oh. Wait. Can I not go there? Wait. I want to go there. There we go. Okay. What is this? Oh, did I not get anything? Oh no, it's one of the blue check marks that the hacker was talking about. Oh, okay. Let's go here too then. We actually get useful stuff by going to places we shouldn't be going to. What do we have here? Oh, did I not get all of them? I thought I got them all. Hello. There we go. I don't know which one I missed earlier. Gia... I can't read that, and I don't even know if it actually spells out anything. We got... G... S... F... E... Oh no. G I S F E. I don't think this is solvable. Because if I go... Get out of this thing? There we go. If we go from here... Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. If we do G here, we can only take this I. Because there's no other I. And then we're forced to go here for A. And then we're forced to go here for S. Forced to go here. Forced to go here. And I don't think we'd be able to. Oh, it's supposed to... Oh, it's supposed to be L. I'm blind. Okay. A. S. F. E. L. F. Oh no. E. Yeah, and then we can't get to B. Yeah. Let's try the other G. Because that's the only path on the right side. So D, I, A, S, F, E. Oh, whoops. I didn't do that. I feel like it's possible if you do it here. A S F E. No. I feel like if I go like this, I can make it. E L F E B. Oh, you still can't do it. Yeah, this one is unsolvable. Yeah. Well, I did my best. I did my best, but I don't think you can actually solve that. At least I can't see a way to solve it, so let's go this way. Boom, 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 boom. Whee! Yay, we made it. Okay. Uh-oh. Is this a mini boss? Why is there no music? Hi! Oh, you're running away from me? Oh. Oh. Oh gosh. Ah. Are you having fun, little guy? Oh my gosh. Can I run away from you? Oh no. Oh, you fell. Dead end. Alright, what's the deal, twerp? Who's a twerp? The name's Sweet. Oh, like soup? Oh, like sweets? Don't tell me you haven't heard of the Sweet Cap'n Cakes. Doesn't ring a bell. You guys are act still a bit underground. Sweet Cap'n Cakes, not only are we Cyberfield's best musical trio, we're also the last resistance against the big bad queen and all her crew. Hello, Coca. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much. It's great to see you. And that starts with resisting you. I mean, we're not really with the queen though. What? We're fighting Queen too. Nuh-uh. Cap'n Sayu help her kidnap some girl. Hey, Cap. Oh my gosh. He won't let anyone lay a finger on Mademoiselle. Except us. That's not the point, Captain. It's like half the point. 60%? 55? We're rebels, not players. We're rebels that play. We don't play. That's it. Get over here. Oh gosh. Oh, that's KK. Oh, KK, are we players? I'm a CD player. Oh, I love KK. Oh, we're walking the other way. Wait, they're getting away. Sweet, chill. There'll be other bad guys. No, this is our chance. Are you ready? Let's fight. I'm not ready. I don't want to fight you guys. You guys are cute. KK, yeah? Play some battle music. Okay. Oh boy. Sweet Cap'n Cakes, block your way. Alright. I gotta heal Chris. Oh, not dancing? What does that mean? I'm assuming that's for acting, but Chris, let's get you healed first. 70 for the entire team. 40, 80, 40, 70. Let's heal Chris. There we go. Well, Susie can't do magic right now. So we'll just get her to defend. And then Ral say, I don't think he can do anything either. Oh, he can. Pacify. Spare tired foe. Well, there isn't a tired foe, so defend. There you go. Oh gosh. Oh no 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 no. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Sweet shimmies defiantly. KK is a CD player. Captain spins his cap around. Okay. Act. Sweet. Let's dance with you. Everyone dance with Sweet. They're totally lost in the groove. Hey, I love this song. Can we dance? Isn't this mixed right? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. I literally walked into that. Perhaps if we can get them all to dance, we can win? Yeah, probably. Oh, you're so cute, KK. Dance with us. Look at those moves. Hey, I love this song. Dance, dance, everybody, dance. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Don't die. Do not die. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We're good. Wait, I can't dance with bad guys. They stopped dancing. We need to do it again. We might die. And that's kind of a problem. So let me heal everybody. And then just defend. And you, or I'll say, I can heal someone. Who could he heal? He'll have 90. Susie's gonna have 100. Chris is gonna overflow. I guess we can heal Susie. Heal Susie. There you go. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. I forgot my next dance move. That's not good. How do I get them all to dance? They snap out of it. Do they all dance with a different one? Oh, I gotta spare them once they're dancing. Okay. Let's get Captain then. Let's dance with Captain. There we go. There we go. Oh, Captain's moves are so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe if we keep dancing? Yeah, but we gotta spare first. Spare... Actually, no. You go and dance with them, and then you go ahead and spare Captain. And then you also go ahead spare Captain. You dance. Okay, Susie. Oh. That... Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. We have two of them dancing though, so... Oh no. Oh no. Maybe if Chris, maybe if we tried ballroom dancing instead? Hey, why the hell do we need Chris to act? Because that's, Chris's unique talent, so... Do you think I'm too stupid to dance by myself? Susie learned S action! Oh my god! Great. Susie, I don't think you should... Oh my god! Susie made Rousey learn R action even though he didn't want to. I'm sorry, Chris. Oh, I love them. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's dance with you. And then you do S action on KK. And then you do R action on Captain. There we go. There we go. Everyone is dancing. Yay! That's great. Oh. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. They're all so cute. Oh. We're going in a little circle. I love Chris's dance. Battle 1. Yay! That was fun. I like that. They're cute. Feel the beat. Watch my moves. Hey, losers. Wrap it up. Battle's over. Over? Another type words. We lost? Does that mean we can be friends? Hey, gay. No. No, I want to be friends. Fighting's not really my style anyways. Yeah, because you're a coward. I mean, it was fun dancing, but sweet, don't worry. I think our dancing beat them. Beat them? Yeah, all mercy-like. See, when we danced with them, it convinced them we're cool. Now they're on our side? Yeah. Hey, you three, welcome to the good side. We are the good side. Just go with it, Susie. Let's rendezvous at our junk shop. We jammed the door shut, but we'll kick it open. Alright everyone, let's go. Oh, bye-bye little guys. I love them, oh my gosh. They're so cute. They're so adorable. Oh! Whee! Wait, where's Ralsei? We lost Ralsei. Oh, there he is. Hi. Okay, this is taking a long time. No, 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 no. Where are you guys going? Oh! Oh, that's cute. It's really cute. That was very, very cute. Oh, this part is open now. Hello, little guy. Oh, you don't. Oh, I think I'll stay in the countryside a bit longer though. Oh, you've changed your mind? Okay. Oh, this is the junk shop. I heard this unassuming store is a rebel base, but I realize I don't really know how it would help them. Save. You're filled with the power of noise music. Great. Save. Alright. Into the shop we go. Yo, what's up? Can we talk? About yourselves. I'm sweet. The ladies call me Captain. KK. We used to work the sound in this town until Queen came back around. KK's short for cakes. Oh. She made music against the law, unless you make a song she likes. The only junk she enjoys are reverse diss tracks where the vocalists put themselves down and praise the queen. What? We're noise music. But even if Queenie tries to put a limiter on us, you can't stop the music. Hear that? We'll just go underground. That's why we meet this junk shop. We'll find our musical rebellion. Can we make noise music too? Performance. What, wanna see what we've got? Yo, can you handle this? Hold on to your antennas. Oh, they're so cute. How was that? Did you get rocked? All our songs are only 4 seconds long. Oh. Queen wasn't always so harsh. No, she was. She just got worse somehow. It wasn't until that dark fountain showed up that she started going into overdrive. Night this, night that, fountain that. Like, what does that night even have to... What does that night even have going for it that I don't? Come on. But like I said, she wasn't always so bad. She used to give me sweets for being so sweet. Huh? I never got candy. You kept calling her a hot mama, Cap. Yeah, is that wrong? She looks like a mom and tends to overheat. KK, help me out here. KK, what do you think? Huh, me? I like candy. Yeah, you're right, KK. We gotta focus on what's important. If the band fights, we'll get out of tune. Anyone have any lemon drops? Oh, I love KK so much. I genuinely love KK so much. Junk work. Our main gig is making scrap into machines. Our clients are sometimes a bit off key though. They smell off key too. Like some little weird guy. He wanted us to snake into Queen's mansion. We're just rebels. We don't want to get in trouble. But recently, we got a real high-class client. A man of taste. He had a way with words. I couldn't even understand him. Now all we gotta do is follow the blueprints, right? It'll be our big time break. Yeah, it's gonna break apart. Big time. Oh. Okay. Can I buy anything from you guys? CD bagel. Musical food with a crunch. Heals 80 HP. This one's armor. Oh, this one gets Chris attack. Oh, these are weapons. Yeah, no, I don't want any of those. Exit. I'm done over here. See ya, smell ya, hear ya. I love them. Oh, there we go. I love them. Okay, let's keep on going this way. Oh, actually, I don't need a save, actually. No, I'll just keep going. I can't go down, right? Yeah, we gotta go up. Hi! All my friends turned into werewires, but it's no big deal. I've been on Queen's side since the beginning, so I'm safe. Ooh. Oh. I love how Susie and Ralsei can just hit him. It doesn't matter. It's just me. It's just Chris who can't touch them. They're going right through Susie. And she's perfectly fine. Whee! Okay, down. And then I can't go that way. Oh. Hi. Oh, this looks like the right area actually. Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought that was gonna drop on me. It did not. Which is good. I got something. Tension bit, I think. Oh wait, no, I missed the thing. Hold on. We gotta do that again. Oh. I gotta wait for these guys again. Okay. Are you done passing? Come on. Come on. They kind of remind me of candy for some reason. I don't know. Is it the colors? It might be the color. They remind me of candy. Maybe I just want candy. I don't know. I don't really want candy actually. I do want cookies. I would love to have a cookie right now. That would make me very happy. Okay. This time I'm not missing it. Not missing it. There we go. Hi. Shall I help you save? No, I shan't. I haven't the faintest idea what that is. Is that all? Do you not do anything else? Do you not do anything? Okay. We did all that just for this dialogue. Great. We did that just for that dialogue. Great. We gotta go back now. Oh boy. I wonder if that hacker moves or if I have to go back to where they were once I get the check marks. Because I forgot where they are. I hope we run into them again. Okay. Oh! Ah. Oh my gosh. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Oh god. What the heck? How do I go there? Get the key. Get the key. Damn it. Oh my gosh. I did not like that. I did not like that. Oh, another teacup. Whee! Oh. Oh, a lot of teacups. Okay. Oh my gosh. 70? Damn. Ragger 2. Weapon. Okay. Keep going. Ooh. Oh, she has her face plastered on this building. That's probably an important building. Can I read the sign? I can't. Okay. I'll go in. I'll just go right in. Oh. Looks like if we write them, they might bring us over to the fountain. Really? Then let's get on. Oh. Zaze is so cute. Zaze is so adorable. Enough, you foolish children. I have been merciful to you thus far, but now it's time for your unwillful imprisonment. Capture. Drop the capturing capsules. Oh. Oh, you missed. That was not a miss. It was a tactical calibration. So, are you gonna try it again? No, I only have, like, 4 pages. Okay, wait. I have a small plot twist for you. Come forward, my peon. Oh! Sorry, I just couldn't say no. What do you mean? What do you mean you just couldn't say no? Oh no. Noelle? Hi, Susie. How are you? Okay, I guess? Your, roller coaster is... I like it. Yours too? Thanks. At least we get to hang out, I guess. Okay, this isn't working. Bringing the next guy. Who are you? Fear not, my beloved Noelle. This valiant warrior of brave intelligence will be your knight in glow in the dark armor. Birdly? You asked Birdly to be on your team? Who the hell is Birdly? Who is Birdly? I don't remember this guy. I did not ask him. I did not ask him. What do you mean you did not ask him? That's Lord Birdly to you simpletons. And soon, Super Lord Birdly. The hell does that mean? I have no damn clue. Just go with it. You see, thanks to our wondrous queen, we will soon rule the world and turn this land of fools into a smartopia. A true scientocracy where the geniuses of the world can bathe freely in pools of fresh fruit and ambrosia, no longer held back by protozoans like you. And the key to that is us, Noelle and I. Our power, the Light Nerds' power. You mean Light Nerds? No. Queen said Light Nerds. I actually did. Birdly, Queen's just manipulating you. Huh, that's what she said you'd say to me. I actually did. Now, Chris. I must admit, I feel pity for you. Unlike Susie, I always saw some potential in you. Join our side, and I might let you scrub our royal toilet. Obviously, I'm not joining you. Ah, Chris, I suppose I knew you would never amount to much. Well, if you're dead set on proving your inferiority... Oh, you have an axe? Uh-oh. Allow me to assist you. Oh, this guy's annoying. I don't like him. Hi, Birdly. Let's bump him. Everyone rides Coaster. Great. Let's do that. The whole gang will attempt to bump into Birdly's car. Oh. We definitely bumped into him. Chris, I get why you're getting in my way. You're jealous, aren't you? Why would I be jealous of you? Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We're good. Mostly. Smells like fried chicken? Oh. Oh. Hi Jack, welcome. Thank you for redeeming your tulip. I hope you're doing well today. Got thirsty again. I don't know what's up with me the past few days. You just woke up. I hope you have a good day today, Jack. I hope you have a good day. The whole gang will attempt to bump. Alright. Yeah. Chris, you're tired of being the class number 3, gazing distantly at Noelle and I's fruited figures. I don't... What the heck? Birdly gives a secret sign, but Queen is busy with a coloring book. A coloring book? Oh my gosh, okay. I'm kind of scared that Ralsei will die. So... maybe let's... bump. Defend. And then... heal yourself. There we go. There we go. So rather than ever studying, you'd enlist Susie to take us down. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. Okay. I aced both exams I had and I have no homework left to do. Nice! That is amazing. I hope you get to have a nice day off. And I don't know if you have classes today actually. But I hope you have a good weekend with no work to do. Because those are the best weekends. I'm starting my classes soon and I am not looking forward to it. I'm definitely not looking forward to it, but hopefully it'll go okay. Hopefully. Chris, you're truly depraved. Playing in the mud with the class hellion. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How did you die? Oh shoot. Birdly summons Queen. Queen calls in sick. I love that. We could heal Susie. I do have... oh no, that's not what I want. I do have a Dark Burger. I don't know. Does Ralsei heal more actually? If I defend and then get Ralsei to heal Susie, that might go better. That did not go better. It's fine. But Chris, I am a kind and brave hero. If you come to our side, you may be a slightly less distant number 3. Slightly. I don't like you. I'm not gonna come to your side. Oh gosh. Oh no. Chris, you eat this. Susie, you bump. There you go. What? My car is breaking. Kill him? That's the plan, Jack. Fools, this is smart smoke. It means my car is getting stronger. Go ahead, bump me, you barbarians. I'll show you bumper cars is a game of intellect, not skill. I hate this guy. Oh shoot. I killed Susie. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Oh gosh. I'm bad at these tornadoes. Okay. I said kill him, not kill everyone else. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh shoot, where even is Ralsei? Ralsei isn't even in his little car. Damn, he fell off the car. Well, that's not my fault. You know, I should have been more careful. Look, Susie, the closest I can't speak. The closest you'll ever get to an A. Oh, don't die. Do not die. Don't you. I may be stupid. Well, we have to see the game over screen at least once. I mean, they worked on all this art for it. They coded this all in. We gotta use it. You know, I have an option to give up. I have an option to give up? What does it mean to give up? Just quit the game? I wanna know what happens if I give up. Isn't this insanely far back? Wait. Oh no. Oh. Well. We're back here. Great. Don't you love that? See, you stupid little guy down there, if you were an actual save point, I would have been slightly closer to where I need to be right now. Whee. Okay. I know how this part works now, at least. So hopefully I won't. Yeah, there we go. I didn't get hit this time because I knew what I was supposed to do. Yippee. Okay, get on this thing. Good job. Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, did I not get them? But I thought I got them. I guess not. Eee. Oh, I didn't get to 70 this time. It's fine. It's fine. There should have been a save point right here. I think there should have been a save point right here. So that we don't have to keep coming back. It's not even giving me dialogue this time. I don't even get the dialogue. Damn. Okay. Oh gosh. We all have full HP. That's better than last time. Last time we did not have full HP. Just don't die this time. Thank you, Jack. I'll keep that in mind. That's a great tip. How could I not think of that? You're right. I should have thought of that before. The wording makes me anxious because it says all of you will attempt to bump into his car. So like, is there a possibility that I fail to bump into his car? You know? I don't like that. No. No. I should have gone down. I shouldn't have gone up. I should have gone down. I should have gone down. I did not go down. Okay. Okay. It looks like staying in. Oh, okay, maybe not. I was gonna say it looks like staying in this corner works for that attack, but I guess it doesn't. Do I do defend, heal, or nah? Ralsei will be fine. Ralsei will be fine. I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh no. Maybe not. Oh no. Okay, see? He's fine. He's fine. 54%? Let's try defending. Yeah, okay. You bomb early, and then you heal yourself. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's going better than last time, I think. I hope. I don't know. I think it's going better. Oh shoot. Should have gone up instead of right. Burley's poster car thing looks sick. Oh. It doesn't. I don't like it. I don't like it. Whee! What? My car is breaking. Fools, this is smart smoke. Oh, okay, we got this dialogue already. Yeah. I know. I know. You think you're great. I disagree, but you know. Oh gosh. Let's bomb, and then bomb and hope this finishes him. What? By coaster, it's... What? That's not fair. My queen, save me. Oh. I love that blowing up effect so much. Why don't you heal? Do you mean with items or with Ralsei? If you mean with items, I don't buy anything, so I don't have anything. If you mean with Ralsei, it's because, you know, he's dead. That's why. In a minute, dear. Hello, everyone. I have some news updates. You see, this roller coaster, it's not actually finished yet. What does that mean? Pain. Great. Yay! Did we crash or fall? Oh, we fell. We fell. That's a glitched trash can over there. Looks like this trash saved us. It did. Come on. Eee. Who's king of the trash pile now? Oh gosh. Ow! Susie, are you alright? It's nothing. I just... Ow. Sure you don't want me to take a look? Look at what? I'm fine. Whoa, hey, what the heck are you? Feel better? Feel better? After you just came up and... Doesn't feel worse, I guess. How do you do that anyway? That healing thingy. Oh, healing magic? It's simple, Susie. Anyone can do it. I could even teach you if you're interested. Ask me again when it's like blood explosion magic. But if you wanted, I guess I could learn it. Then you wouldn't, you know, have to annoy me with it anymore. Sure, Susie. Next time we have a break. Let's just go already, Chris. Okay. You play through these games in a very unique way. Do you mean like Deltarune, Undertale type games, or just games overall? Or like this genre of games? He dug through the trash and found a dark candy. Yay! See? Why would I buy stuff? They give them to me for free anyways. It's a waste to buy them myself. I wonder which way the right way is. Oh. What are you? I love you. Oh boy, I'm trashy. Did you know about adjusting your inventory? Trash cans like me can hold all sorts of things. Just like your storage if you get more than 12 items. Yeah, not now, dude. It was sort of an emotional moment. Oh, that's okay. Oh hell, is that Newbert over there? Really, where? Newbert! Wait. Oh, whoops. By the way, Chris, I just remembered. Although you can only carry 12 items around, your storage will hold any extra items you picked up. You can access it where you check recruits. Enemies you spare get recruited to our town, remember? Okay. Whoa, that seems like pretty useful information. Deltarune and Undertale type games, I see. You don't even use the stuff you find. If I use it, I'll run out of it. What do I do if I run out of it? I'm Newbert. Everybody loves me. Yes, I love you. That's why I live in the trash. Great. That's great to hear, Newbert. I love Newbert. It's an eggplant that looks like a trash bag. What are all these other stuff then? It's a trash bag that looks like an eggplant. Oh, okay. Just get more, but then I need to spend money. Okay, I can't go through that one either. I'm assuming this is the wrong way, so I want to go here. Oh. What is happening over here? Why is it glitching? Oh no. I'm assuming I can't just jump off. Yeah. We have money for a reason, but then I'll run out of money. What do I do if I run out of money? If I run out of items, sure, I can buy stuff with money, but then I'll run out of money. What do I do once I run out of money? There's a whole door here. Can I go through it? The door is locked. Ooh. I like this. I like this. Beating monsters is passive income? Exactly, it's passive income. So what do I do once I run out? What do I do once I'm out of money? There's no way for me to get them back immediately. I guess this is the city they were talking about. There's a fork in the path. Chris, it seems like. It might be advantage. I can't speak. Advantageous if we split up. What do you want to go with? Ooh. Ah. I feel like there's more like. Oh, I don't know. I feel like there is more to like build on Susie's character, but I like Rouse more. Can I not go with both of them? I'll go with them. I'll go with you. Hey, why does Chris get to choose all the time? Rouse, you're going with me. Huh? Chris, Oh. Okay. Okay. Illusion of choice. Exactly. At least he's... They're adorable. They're adorable. I am not mad. They're adorable. I love them. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I can see them up there. Welcome to the city. Woo! I love how the cars are jumping. Save. Whee! Cats! So many cats! Oh, no more cats. Okay. Hi! I heard the roller coasters are undergoing maintenance. That's a pain because it's our only form of public transit. Really? Interesting. Welcome to Cyber City. Pedestrians need to press a switch to cross traffic. Okay. Stop, please. Oh. Remember, look both ways before crossing the street. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna look down, and then I'm gonna look up, and then I'm gonna press the light, and then I'm gonna run to the other side. Okay. Ow. Look up, look down. Oh my gosh. They have feet. Oh, who's that? Wait, who's that? Hi, what are you doing? What are we cleaning up for, you ask? We don't know. A parade, perhaps? Oh, do you know? A large event is going to happen in the streets later. We were told to make room for something big. Hopefully it's not my execution. I would not enjoy that. Where do I go from here? Can you like move maybe? Can I jump off? Oh. I can jump off. Great. Hi, trash can. You dug through the trash and found 20 coins. Yay! Money hole? Money hole? Oh, I think that's Noelle. Oh my gosh. That was scary for me. I'm alone. I'm lonely. I can't do this on my own. Click or block. I'm gonna block you. Press C to repeatedly block the ads. Okay. Block, 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 block. Happy. I'm not. Oh my gosh. It's little guys. Little guys. I love little guys. I love little guys. click here, click here. Okay. You're adorable. You have little birds. I would click little birds. I would love to click little birds. Yay! Let me get the trash can too. That's why I came here. Hello, Jay. Welcome. Also, Jack, I'm gonna get your song shuffle. I got a CD Beagle. Are you having a southern day, Jay? How are you doing? How's your day so far? Let me shuffle real quick. You got Black Mirror by One Us, Jack. That's a good song. That's a pretty good song. I got that trash can. I got that trash can. Keep moving forward. Hi, Noelle. Chris, what are you? Oh, Noelle, sweetie. Oh, don't tell her. Don't what? Oh, don't let her find me. I thought she was saying don't tell her find me, and I was very confused. That says let, not tell. Hi, Queen. Noelle, sweetie, darling, honey, where are you? We're a team now, remember? You still have to be my willing minion. Chris, it appears our comrades have pressed the escape key on us. What if I press the escape key right now? What then? That would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. I've never listened to a song you've told me from a song shuffle. I am aware, Jack. I am aware. I just woke up from playing Mario Kart and Splatoon until 5 a.m. Okay, so a very southern day. Hope you're having a very southern day as well. I'm having a pretty southern day. I'm glad you had fun, Jay. I'm not glad that you went to bed at 5 a.m., but I am glad that you had fun and that you're having a southern day. Also, this reminded me that I did not take my pills after dinner. Great. I gotta do that. Next time we have an ad break, I'm gonna take a break to get my pills. Because I forgot. I forgot to take my pills. The problem is I don't know when the next ad break is because my dashboard is broken. So I don't know when. Go take your pills now. But Queen, I want to do the story. Hello, welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Hello. Let me give you a shout out. Welcome. Oh my gosh, it's lovely to have you here. Wait, what did you guys stream? I hope you had a fun stream. My name is Mimi. I'm a tulip-themed VTuber. And we're continuing Deltarune today. Thank you so much. Oh, I don't know what that game is. I've never heard of that game before. Hello, welcome. Feel free to lyric or chat with us, or if you have to get going, that's perfectly fine too. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I played Guild. I don't know that game. Is it wait, what kind of game is it? Can I pull up your stream maybe? Hold on. Do you know that name, Jack? Oh, let me also follow you. There we go. It's kind of a horror game. Ooh. Oh yeah. I pulled up your stream. It looks really cool. I hope you guys had a fun stream. I lied. I don't know that game. Okay. Okay, Jack. Great. Thank you so much for rating me. Feel free to get going if you have to. If you have to go to bed or get some food or whatever. If you want to stick by, we'd love to have you here. Thank you so much for the raid again. It was really fun. No problem. Anytime. That's great to hear. I'm glad you guys had a fun time. So what has come to this? In order to find our teams, we must form an uneasy truce. Queen, my splendid queen, where are you? Oh no, don't let him find me. Oh! Yeah, this isn't going well. I hope you're having fun. I've never heard of this game. It has been going very well. If you've heard of Undertale before, this is kind of like a prequel or sequel question mark to Undertale. The full game isn't out yet, but the demo is out for free. It has chapter 1 and 2 currently. Queen is hiding from him. Noelle is right below her. Noelle is literally right there. Honestly, I would hide from Birdly too. This guy is insanely annoying. I too would hide from him. Chris, not the life form I was looking for. Where's the rest of the C+ squad? Don't tell me you got abandoned. That's what you get for trusting Susie. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. Huh? Noelle? Queen? They're just busy retro gaming somewhere? I bet they're waiting for me on the player select screen, listening to strangely groovy music. So it's come to this. In order to find our respective teams, it appears we must form an uneasy truce. What the? Oh, the beep said you could double truces. Double truces? Huh? Did you hear something? Hong Kong, no, it's just the sound of the city. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be ahead. Don't be late. Please don't tell me I have to hang out with them. Chris, as part of our truce, the better one. Keep distracting Birdly and find Noelle. You were right next to her. Did she not see her? Did she not see her? Did she seriously not see Noelle? Oh my gosh. For you see, Birdly, he's... Okay, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just annoying. Yeah, see, exactly. Kill Birdly? Oh my god. When I was doing the battle, it said that, it smelled like fried chicken. I don't know if you were here when that dialogue happened, Jack, but it was smelling like fried chicken. So I might not have killed him, but I fried him a little bit. Toodles. Hi, Noelle. Chris, if it's okay, got any room for another truce? No triple truces? No, I'll help Noelle. I'll help Noelle. Thanks, Chris. Noelle joined the party. Do I get to play with her in combat? Wait. Oh my god, great. Great, great, great. Noelle has joined your party. You're filled with the power of not knowing what a sugar plum is. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? What does sugar plums have to do with Noelle? So, any idea where Susie is? What? I'm just asking. It's a normal question. You guys should go on a date. I can ding the bell. Does this do anything? In, out? In? It's a hole for mice to enter into. And is this the one to come out of? It's a hole for mice to come from. Great. Mice will rotate 90 degrees when they collide with a block. Citizens must push the blocks to get mice in the holes. Use the bell to reset. Oh, okay. So you're gonna come wee right here, and then we want you to go... Oh, no. You're gonna come from here, like wee, and then you're gonna go wee, and then I want you to bump into this and go wee, like that. Okay. I got this. I got this. Boom. How do I get the mice to come? This thing? It's a tiny little purple mouse. Mouse? Oh. Many mouse. Well, hopefully that won't happen again. I want that to happen again. They were so cute. Oh no. I can't run away from that guy, can I? Yeah, no. Hi. Hi. What's going on? What are we doing? It's called combat. You'll be fine. Take care of the little guy. What are you telling me to do? Act? Can someone please explain what's going on? Oh boy, is this your first time in a battle? Well, yeah. Oh boy. You and Viru I didn't read that earlier. Oh my gosh. Viru explain how battles work to Noelle. Good job. Good job. Is that Lemongrab from Adventure Time? Which one? I get it. It's kind of like Dragon Blazers. What's Dragon Blazers? If we're nice to you, we can win through mercy? Yeah. And the way I have to do that is dressing up in a weird costume. Yeah. You and Noelle show the enemy tender loving care. Nice. Could you maybe not attack me? Because I was being nice to you. There you go. Let's spare. Spare. He won. Yippee. Oh no. Oh no. Run, 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 run. Keep running. Keep running. Hi. Can I not talk to you? Hello? We're Addisons. All we do is advertise. This is an advertisement too. Advertisements now only $9.99. Oh my gosh. They're having cotton candy together. I want cotton candy too. That guy with the lemon head looks like Lemongrab. This guy over here? Oh my gosh. Okay. That's just a yellow guy. That has nothing to do with lemons. Whee! Oh no. Stop. Run, 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 run. Okay. How do I do this? Do they not all stop? Oh my gosh, they don't all stop. Fine. I'll be fine. Surely I'll be fine. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. I want you to look up Lemongrab from Adventure Time. I'm pretty sure I know them. Let me still look them up, but I'm pretty sure I know them already. Lemon. Wow, there we go. No, they did not. They did not. Because Lemongrab actually has a lemon. Like, as a head. That guy didn't have a lemon as a head. It was just yellow. Since everyone else got plugged, they're a lot more agreeable. It's nice. Can't even cross the street without getting my ass kicked. I love the city. Oh, the cats are back. Look at the cats. I love the cats. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. You did not see me. You did not see me. You did not see me. Hi. Oh, hun. Two young beings together on a school night. Could I interest you in some brand new dating shoes? Huh? No, you've got it all totally wrong. Chris and I are just, friends? Chris has been my neighbor forever. We've been through so much. Sometimes it feels like we know each other better than anyone. Yet somehow, it's hard to say we're exactly friends. Or friends, we're something else. We're neighbors. But we're friends, I guess. I don't know. You trapped yourself? I kinda did, yeah. It's fine. We'll make it out alive, probably. Yep, that's right, we're friends. It's surprisingly nice just hearing Chris say that. Wait for it to go up. Oh shoot. Run, 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 run. Well. Hi. I'm gonna go for this one first because I don't know what this one does. Hospitality. Needles aren't scary. Medicine's important, you know. This girl is so sweet. I don't know what it said. Okay. Me take care of that one too. There we go. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then spare. And then you can spare the other one. There you go. Whee! Wait, is there anything else down here that I haven't seen yet? Because I wasn't being very careful. Yeah, there's nothing here. Hi, you look very sad. Hey, got any way to deal with crushing existential dread? Asking for a friend. A friend that looks and sounds exactly like me. They're talking about me. Okay, hi. They're talking about me. That's so cute. Wait, what do I do though? Is this not the way? Huh? You go down? Oh shoot. But I did go down and there's nothing here. There's nothing here. I can't go in here, right? Can I interest you in some new divorcing shoes? The other way? Like the left side? Okay. Oh, down here. I see. But that's not gonna work. Looks like you need to hold it down. Well, yeah. I can't do that. Chris, you keep standing on this one. Okay, now you come over here. Okay. Nice teamwork. Well, it's gone now. That's stupid. Random boxes? You became lost in the craftsmanship of the boxes. Great. You okay, Noelle? Chris, it's the queen. She's right over there. Can you distract her somehow? Hi! Oh. Lamau. You're here. Sorry, Chris. While I've been looking for Noelle, I've had like 4 of these, all ages appropriate. Glasses of pure battery acid. Don't worry, that was my throwing glass. It's safe. Chris. Crisscross applesauce. Now that we are trucies, I feel like we are on the same mathematical wavelength. You get me, Chris. You do not do crazy things like have opinions, or scream when I capture you, or tell me horrible plans for Smart Boy theme park. I just cannot compute it. Why everyone else is so ungrateful. Did you have a bomb in that one? Whoops, that was my extra dangerous glass. Chris, I just want to make everyone smile. And if I become an evil villain to accomplish that, is that bad? It's okay. You do not have to answer. You would be wrong. But Chris, while we're still trucies, maybe we could make the most of it. Oh! We could play that game again. Wasn't that fun, Chris? It was fun! Just you and me, having a good time. No one else to get in the way. Oh. I wish my model could track the absolutely disgusted look on my face right now. Queen, I've been looking everywhere to show you this. A monument to our greatest, to our greatness together. Why does Hilbertly? I wish I could. See, the statue is bad overall, but why is he wearing a diaper and Crocs? Like, I don't know. If I was trying to make a quote-unquote cool statue of myself, my choice of clothing would not be a diaper and Crocs. I don't know. Oh. Oh no, Queen. How do I put this? Very smart. So smart you are. I love tolerating you. I knew you'd be enamored. Such perfect taste. Very cool statues. I did not know you had nipples. I will soon in our ideal world. Okay. Chris, feel free to admire our artisanship. Queen and I have plans to consider. Haha, yes. Oh, so good. Looking forward to that. Yum, yum, yum. Let's go. Burgley? Burley? 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 She doesn't even know his name. Keep going, I am right behind you. Procedurally lowering the volume of my voice. Sorry, Chris, I must alt-tab out of here. Oh. Look at her! Oh my god! Wow, cool face. You have a very cool face, Noelle. Looks like my disguise worked. Surprisingly. It's silly looking, but it beats hiding. Let's get going, Chris. Okay. Any comments about... Oh. Just realized I can't see anything. Guess I'll try not to wear it unless I have to. Okay, let's go for real this time. Do you have any opinions on this? What is this? Phew. Chris, can you stop looking at this? Okay. Okay, I'll stop looking at it. Why am I not running? Run. There we go. Ah, my favorite little guys! Yay! You're filled with the power of musical bagels. Yay! I am happy. Hello, little guys. Well, a beach, chief. I got CD bagels, $80 a pop. Can I talk to you? And who is that, mademoiselle? Leave her alone, Cap. Nice radio antenna you got there. Those are antlers, Cap. Let's play her a song. Oh yeah, look at that song. That's a good song. That's a great song. Did you like the big statue? Building it sucked. Took a lot of scrap. The other job we did was way better. It was big. It's gonna blow your mind. It was big. Oh. Yo, how's it hanging? We're making some extra money by selling in the city. We gotta make those bucks somehow. Gotta buy new gear, gotta buy new kicks. I wanna be a car. I love KK so much. Good thinking, KK. Gotta have a way to get around. Alright, I'll buy. I'll buy. You guys have good music. Oh, shoot. There we go. Oh, I should probably save. There we go. Let us save and then continue. Whee! Let's see. Cats. Oh, no. Let's not see. Okay, never mind. I'm fine with not seeing, actually. Hi. Welcome to Cyber Shoes 2. Free samples. Would you like one? No. This is a scam. I don't really do shoes. At least not unless they're custom made. This is the hottest tea shop. Hot. 50% off. For $100, choose your own flavor. No. But if you don't choose a flavor, who will? I don't know, somebody else, not me. I'm not paying you. Oh gosh. I seem to not know where I'm going yet. Once again. Let's see if I can. Oh shoot. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Jiggle jiggle? Jiggle jiggle? Okay. Jiggle jiggle and then an action? Okay. Oh, Chris looks so cute. You guys okay over there? Oh my gosh. Let's jiggle you again. And then, what does Ice Shock do? Damage with ice. Ooh. And action the other Werewire. Shoot. Oh shoot. And then spare. You spare the other one. There you go. Oh, I can't go here anyways. Well, let's go back, I guess. Can I go back to my save point to get my HP back? Does this give me my HP back? I don't know. I don't know if this gives me my HP back. Hopefully it does. Okay, I can't go down there. I can kinda go down here, but I gotta fight stuff. Oh, and I definitely gotta fight stuff here. Hi. Hi. Jiggle jiggle. And then an action. I guess I'll do... I'll do them at the same time. I thought of doing them separately, but there's no point in that, really. Oh. That hit me quite a few times. Jiggle jiggle. And action. Oh gosh, why am I doing so much more worse than I was earlier? There we go. Clothing store sale. We're selling this for 75% off. Only $300 dark dollars. No. That's expensive. I don't have the money for that. I want to know what we have down here. Because there's an item there. You know what? Sure. I'll fight you. There we go. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. Oh shoot. It's fine. It's fine. She has 2 HP. It's fine. Trust me, it's okay. It's fine. Bounce blade. Okay. That's kind of useless though. Oh, I can't go here. Okay. This way. Keep going. Use a healing item, but I barely have any. I don't have plenty. Where are my items? See? I barely have any. What? I barely have any. If I use them, I'll run out. And then I'll have to use money, and then I'll run out of money. And then when I need the items, I'm not gonna be able to use them. Oh shoot. Run, run, run. Why are you not running? Can I go into the cats? No. Unfortunately not. Okay. Why can I not run? How do I get there? Wait, how do I... Huh? Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is hard. No, you got stuck. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna make it. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. I made it somehow. I don't know how, but I made it. Oh, this is another mice one. Looks like another electric wall. Thank you for redeeming your tulip, Jay. This hall has a switch inside of it. Maybe we could try to put something inside. Maybe do you hoard things often or just healing items? I think I hoard things in general. Yeah, I'd say I hoard things. Yeah, I hoard things, definitely, for sure. Finally, I come back to something normal. Congratulations, Jay. This is a very important moment for you. I'm very happy for you. Annoying mouse room 2? They're not annoying, they're cute. What are these? Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work. That's gonna get them stuck. Wait, don't they go left? If I do that, yeah. Oh, whoops. Sorry, little guys. Oh, they turn. Okay. Gonna go there. Wait, what is this gonna do? Okay. This one could work. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, right? Yeah, it's not gonna work. Where's Sans? Wrong game. Wrong game, Jay. Well, Sans is here too, I guess, but we barely see him. We barely see him. If I do this, it's not gonna work. This is not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Oh wait. That is also not gonna work. 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 I've already done this one. You can adjust the other ones? How? How? How do I do that? I don't know how to get out of this menu. Oh! Okay. That's how. That's how. Okay, where do the mice go from here? Okay, they go to this spot right here. They hit this guy. They're gonna go down, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And then this one, I think. Not entirely sure. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Get what? Bet someone get Shadow to drop me into the underground? Oh, you wanna... Okay. You're gonna go meet Sans? Good plan. Good plan, Jay. Good plan. Chris, you did it. We should be able to... Huh? The force field's still up. Did we miss something? Hello? Did you read that info right there? The citizen's duty to properly rotate and release mice using the traffic signs. Engage and disengage. Rotate, release. Okay. Do you move out the way? I wonder what we did wrong. The force field is still up. And where is he? He's above ground now, actually. He's above ground. Oh. Chris, I can't believe you made those mice. Huh? I guess landing on the switch turned off the force field. Let's go, Chris. Yay! It worked! Yippee! First tutorial, then they're above ground now. I'm telling you. They're above ground. They're not underground anymore. Cheese! Chris? You aren't going to touch that cheese, are you? I'm going to touch the cheese. I do not touch the cheese. I was not gonna touch the cheese, but you told me to not touch it, so I'm gonna touch it. You rub the cheese down like a beloved pet. Suddenly, little mice! Oh no, we gotta fight the mice. We gotta fight the mouse. Okay. How do I get above ground? Jay, you're already above ground. What is... I don't know what cheese touches. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Heal Noel. I don't have Relsey with me right now. Trap all or trap what? I mean, there's just one. And then you just spare? Oh. Shoot. Shoot. I think you're the big cheese? Oh my gosh. She's dead. That one. Oh no, but this is hard. Oh shoot. Kill it? No. It's cute. It's a little mouse. It's cute. Oh gosh. That should have been a catch. That should have been a catch. Oh shoot. Mouse. That one. Oh my god. How is that not a cat? How is that not a cat? Okay, Noel, can you trap? Are you serious? I thought I would get a bigger trap or something. Oh god. I'm dying. That's not good. 70, 40, 80, 40, 80, 80. Let's get 80 for Chris. There we go. Oh shoot, I didn't see that mouse. I didn't see that one either. I did not see that one either. How am I not catching it? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. What is the most useless one that I have? There you go. Fear. The way it moves is just so scary. It's disgusting. Mouse was rejected. Everyone felt tired. I can't help it. I'm a scary guy. No, it's just a little guy. You're not great at catching mice? Yeah. It doesn't... It doesn't look like I'm great at it. Do you think I could trap the mouse now that it's tired? So like it won't move. Maybe? Oh, spare tired foes. That's what I need. Oh. That is the worst possible timing ever. Oh my god. Noel has sleep mist. Okay. I never want to see cheese again. We almost died. I caught it, but I didn't need to oh! More cheese! I didn't need to catch it anymore because it was tired, so I was gonna spare it anyways. More cheese, more mice. More mice. Yay! Oh. So apparently I'm not supposed to touch the cheese. I think the best way to go about this is doing fear. I don't know. Or maybe trap ball, because I did it last time, so like surely. Well, there was no point in oh my gosh. There was no point in doing trap all because it only trapped one anyways. Trap one. You spare one mouse. Oh shoot. That's not good. That's not good. Oh shoot. I might die, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Maybe. Oh, Noel does have the power to heal. I didn't know that. You just defend. Shoot. I didn't get hit. Okay. I'm gonna have to use a burger. Not a burger, but like an item. I'm gonna use candy because that's the worst one. I'm just gonna be fighting mice all day. I don't like this. Trap one. Oh boy. Oh. I died. Where was the last checkpoint? Is this solved already? Oh yeah. Okay. There's an ad break going apparently. So I'm gonna take a break to go get my pill and I will be back once the ad break is over. So, turns out I'm stupid and there wasn't an ad break. The ad break just started. That was the countdown to the ad break, apparently. So, I'm sorry to everyone who's gonna have to sit through the ads. I apologize. I thought it was an ad break. My dashboard is broken today, so I can't actually properly see my ad schedule, unfortunately. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that, but I'll have to fix that before next stream, hopefully. Just don't touch the cheese and you don't die. Yeah, that is the new plan. Let's not touch the cheese, maybe. What ads? See, if you sub, you don't get ads. Gosh. Oh no, but there's a secret path. I wanna go to the secret path. I wanna see the wrong way. Something just fell somewhere in my room, but I have no idea what fell, so that's great. I don't know what that noise was. Something happened. I don't know what. Oh, the band I put around my... The band I put around, like, the kibble bag snapped, apparently. Ooh! This one's good. That one is a healing item. That one's good. That one's good. That one's a healing item. I don't know if my armor and weapons actually make a difference, but I have not changed them since the tutorial, so hopefully they don't matter too much. Healing item that you'll never use? I'll use it eventually. I'll use it eventually. Oh, more mice? Okay. It's a dead end? Hi. The switch didn't seem to work. Oh. Chris, the platform's falling. Help me. Annoying mouse room 3. Yay. Oh. No. You're lucky Des isn't here. Otherwise, you'd be face down in a mouse pile. I can't speak. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so mad. Sure, okay, we can try again. Oh gosh. No, I can do this! I almost did it last time. I get what that sound was now, Chris. Your brain must be crying. Poor sweet Noelle, where could she be now? Stuck on a puzzle just like this one, no doubt. If only I was there to do it for her. She's but a powerless doe without my help. Though being alone might be better than being with you. Chris, you would only get in the way. After all, you can't understand Noelle like I can. Yes, you may have been her lifelong neighbor, but I'm a master of emotional intelligence. I can read her feelings like a strategy guide, which I've never needed, by the way. You may see her as a simpleton girl next door, but the reality is that she's a love-struck girl with her heart on her sleeve. And Chris, the target of her affection, may be surprising to you. It's truly sad. Such love may never fruit. But still, I have to support her, Chris. She's my friend. Also, my only worthy opponent at racing games. Is that really what you're gonna end it on? Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh gosh. No, mice! I killed all those mice. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh. There's no way to save her. There's literally nothing I can do. I'm sorry, Noelle. Oh. Oh. I see now. I see now. But this one's hard. You just killed Noah like 7 times. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. What? How did you... How did you solve that? I love mouse. Who loves mouse? I love mouse. Even a broken clock is right once a day. And Chris, if anyone asks, I solved the puzzle. It's not fair for you to get extra credit for a fluke. Get it? Let no one think otherwise, especially Susie. You know she just lorded over me. I don't think anybody's gonna ask about that. Literally nobody cares. Except for you. Gosh. You know, I don't think I'm afraid of mice anymore. Actually, I think they might be kind of cute. They are cute. Anyways, let's keep going. Noelle is now immune to mice. What does that mean? What does it mean to be immune to mice? Save. Eee. Okay. This is where I came from, right? Yeah, we gotta go this way. Ooh, more trash cans. 20. Yay. What about this trash can? 80. Yay. What about... Oh. Okay. Hi, pop-up. I think blocking it works. Why is there an option for avoid? I guess I'll do that one. Oh, they got tired? But them being tired doesn't help me. Oh my gosh. I could have just blocked them. That would have been more useful. That would have been more useful. Oh wait, no, go back. Act. Wait, compliment? What does that do? Oh, I think we... Okay. Chris got hit for no reason. I thought Noelle would actually do something useful, but she didn't, so... It's fine. CD Bagel! CD Bagel is good. Nice. That's also a healing item. That is also a healing item. Let's keep going. This way. Uh-oh. Oh. Hi, Birdly. Noelle, what are you doing with Chris? We have a truce? A truce with Chris? That's impossible. That would be double truces. Huh? Worry not, my dearest Noelle. I know what you really want to say. You do? Going along with all this, you feel forced, don't you? It's why you're not with Queen right now. Berdly, you get it? Yes, I do. Chris is forcing you to be on their side. Kidnapper, Chris, our truce is over. You're so stupid. You are so stupid. Wait, just listen to me. This guy is so stupid. Play smart. Oh my gosh. You encouraged Noelle to use her mind. Let's see what she has going on in her mind. Her magic increased. Berdly found her smarts appealing. Chris, I get it. Your head's gotten big from solving that puzzle. Oh gosh. Oh! Ah! I don't know how to dodge these stuff. Defend. So now you think it's your chance to assert me at my weakest by taking my most precious thing, Noelle. Does he maybe think Noelle likes him? Cause like Noelle most definitely does not like him. But guess what, Chris? I have one more thing you will never have. Behold, comrades! Oh my god. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a very big problem. CD Bagel, Chris. There you go. That's right, Chris. Unlike you, I have a loving team behind me. And you'll never beat us fighting alone. Oh gosh. Maybe if you hadn't killed her, I too would have a loving team behind me. Oh my gosh. Where is Susie and Ralsei? They ditched me. Didn't you see them ditching me? They ditched me. I'm gonna get rid of these two because they're too much. Chris, you're outmatched. My team is rich in natural resources. Intelligence, yes. Smart, yes. Nipples, future, yes. Why is he so... Oh my gosh. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Chris. No. Don't die. Don't you dare die. Do not die. Don't die. Don't die. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I wanna give up. Can I give up? Am I allowed to do that? See, this time I know with trash can to not check, so we'll have more HP when we go into battle. Yeah. That's gonna be better. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Go. Go. And then fight. Berdly, play smart. There we go. Oh gosh. Let's play smart again. Oh shoot. Defend, magic, heal, prayer, Chris. There we go. Okay. Okay. That was a little bit better. A little bit better. Let's defend again. Do I get her to heal herself or use Sleep Mist? No, heal yourself first. Heal yourself first. Heal yourself first. Okay. Okay. Jiggle, jiggle, and then spare. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Gosh. Use jiggle on this and then Sleep Mist. Oh wait, it just gets rid of all of them. I thought it was just one. We wasted a turn. Just wait, the original— oh gosh. Yeah, this isn't going well. This is not going well. Why are you hitting me? Don't worry, it's part of my calculations. Oh gosh, okay. 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 Heal, please. I just healed. I did heal. I just healed. See if you can dodge this, Chris. Oh yeah, I can dodge this one. Usually, at least. Oh yeah. Usually. Not always, as you can see. Yeah, yeah. Let's, play Dom, and then heal Chris. Ah, Chris, a shame I must be someone so lowly. Really like that. I said usually. I said usually. I didn't say I can always dodge it. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ah. Okay. I'm alive. I'm alive. So it could be worse. It could be way worse. It could be much worse. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know how to dodge this. Oh gosh. Okay. 16% would be 88. Let's play dumb, okay. And then heal Chris, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh gosh. Okay. Really play smart. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoops. My bad. My bad. fine. It's fine. I won. It's fine. We're good. Damn it. Birdly, are you okay? Chris, maybe we should have gone easier on him. Go easier? The only one going easy mode was me. You look exhausted. I'm only tired of holding back my true power. Ah, Noelle, it'll be too simple to save you now. Chris, go ahead and train your strength values. Try hard, and maybe someday you'll be a worthy rival. Sometimes I can't believe how cool I am. You're not cool, like at all. He hit me in the face with a tornado. Yeah, that is not cool. You're filled with the power of chicken nuggets. Oh my gosh, first the fried chicken and now the nuggets. Okay. Oh. Aww. The cars are stopping. Nice. Noelle, honey, where are you? Oh no, here she comes. Oh. Noelle, come. Noelle, come home, I made a battery acid pie. Oh, Chris, perfect timing. I love the sound effect so much. Have you seen... Oh, my luxurious queen. Oh, my circuits. Chris, get in the car. Get in the car. Oh. My queen, where are you? I've baked you a gamer's delight. She's not here. That was close. Chris, who is your friend? My face recognition software does not compute them. And yet, something about them seems... cool. Robotic, even. Chris, we must drive to find Noelle. No, what happened to Noelle? Why did she just flop over? Noelle, are you okay? Everyone, get in the car. Alright, we're in the car. Oh, let's go! Press directions to steer. Let's go! Don't hit the cars. Aw, that's no fun. That's no fun. Oh my gosh. Get the banana? Okay. Banana! Potassium. Thanks. Thanks. I kinda wanna stream Need for Speed sometime. It'd be more like a just chatting stream though. Oh my circus, it's a traffic jam. The dog must have wandered in the road again. Chris, be a deer and go press the walk button. It's just over on the other side of the road. How do I go there? Excuse me? I'll go too. No. You must stay. Until you hear all of my mixtape. Okay. Chris, hurry up, please. Oh. Number one queen. Yay. Oh, hi. Hey, it's me. Everybody's favorite number one rated salesman 1997. Spamton G. Spamton. Oh gosh. Hi. Whoa, if it isn't a Lightner. Hey. Looks like you're all alone on a late night. All your friends abandoned you for the slime you are. Sales gone down the drain. Living in a goddamn garbage can. Well, have I got a special deal for lonely hearts like you. If you've lost control of your life, then you just gotta grab it by the silly strings. Why be the silly why be well, I can't speak, oh my gosh. Why be the little sponge who hates his $4.99 life when you can be a big shot? Big shot! Big shot! That's right, now's your chance to be a big shot. And I have just the thing you need. That's hyperlink blocked. You want it, you want hyperlink blocked, don't you? Well, have I got a deal for you? All you have to do is show me your heart-shaped object. Are you gonna... perchance, mayhaps, perhaps, are you gonna murder me? You're Lightner, aren't you? You've got the light. Why don't you show it off? Oh gosh. No, I don't really want to be a big shot, actually. Hi, Spamton. Oh gosh, I love this thing. Hey, I never seen a heart-shaped object like that before. My eyes are burning like DVDs of any movie at half price. I have a very special deal for you, kid. Not interested. Wrong answer. Try again. Need local signal straight from my... What the hell? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh my gosh. I love... I love the music. Enlarge yourself? What do you mean? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I died again. I died again. I might have died. I died. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Do you have a deal for me? You do. I don't want to be a big shot, no. That's not really something I want. What if I said, tell me more? Tell me more. Oh! I gotta indulge. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay. Yo. I used to be a big shot, the biggest, but now I need a little generosity. Oh, there you go. Oh. That's the wrong choice, apparently. I was not supposed to give him money. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. There's so many. There's so many. There's too many. It's so hard. It's so hard. Oh my gosh. Hi. Okay. Deal. Tell me more. That's the right choice for this one. And then... oh gosh. I got hit by that. Okay. Deal again. And then I'm not gonna give you that? That's right, and I don't mean money. I'm a salesman. I was never in it for the money. Transmit rumor. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. There's nothing wrong? You sure about that? You sure about that? I was only in it for the freedom. To make your own deals, to call your own shots. And sometimes in the morning, a little hyperlink block. Sounds good, doesn't it, kid? Don't you want to be just like your old pal Spamton? Take the deal. Don't take the deal. Oh no, I was supposed to take it. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm dying. Deal and heal, yeah. I guess I'm supposed to take the deal? Now that's what I'm talking about. You got guts, kid. That's discomfort and abdominal pain in my guts. Get big and win wild prizes. Oh gosh. Oh, it's better to be near here because they're smaller when they're there. Okay. Deal. Don't worry, kid. I will give you deal insurance. Only for the low, low price of 1,000 kroner. An awesome price, an absolutely terrifying price. Price is so low, everyone I know is dead. Not buying. What? You don't have enough wacky stacks? Kid, you're killing me. Please stop killing me. I will give you another deal. Okay. They're following me. Oh, shoot. It was going so well. It was going so well. I was doing so good. I was doing so good. Oh, whoops. Deal. Yeah. Tell me more. Oh gosh. This one is like the hardest one. I don't know how to dodge these. Heal. Don't give me money. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh no, I can't heal. Oh shoot. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yeah. I knew I was gonna die. The other run was going so well. Ugh. Oh. I think I got sticky keys, I'm not sure. Kill him? I'm trying. Oh gosh. I accidentally enabled sticky keys, I think. Oh yeah. Shoot. Tell me more. Okay. That's good. That's good. Heal again. Don't give money. I think this one is the, like, easiest one to dodge for me. Heal again. Take the deal. Okay. And deal again. Don't buy. There we go. This is where I was earlier. Oh gosh. I genuinely have no clue how to dodge these. See? See? I was doing so well. I don't know how to do that one. There's so many of them. How do I dodge them? Gosh. Deal. Tell me more. Okay. Oh gosh. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. Shoot. I got hit way too many times there. Okay, don't give money. Oh gosh. I don't know how this works. I don't know how this one works. I always die on this one. I don't understand it. I don't know how to dodge them. Hi, I'm back. Act. Heal. Tell me more. Oh. Okay. Don't go. Try this one. I don't know how to dodge these. Damn it. Nah, deal again. Take the deal. Oh shoot. If I knew it was gonna be one of these again, I would've eaten something. 1997. What about 1997? Still 70. Yeah, let's eat that before I die. Yeah, this was a good choice. There we go. Deal. And then I don't want to buy insurance. Press F1 for help? Wait. What happens if I press F1? Wait. Oh! So cute! That's so cute! It's tiny and it helped me. Don't worry, kid, I'm an honest man. I just need your account details and the number on the back. Then you can enjoy 1,000 free Chromer. Give account access refuse? I mean, the smart option is to refuse, but I think I'm supposed to go along with them, so... What? You don't need it? That's a real big shot move, kid. You're like me. Desperate. But we know what we want, don't we? Wild prizes, hot single, 100 customer, and most of all, hyperlink blocked. I won't force you. No deal. Wrong. Yes, deal. Then a deal's a deal. Pleasure doing business with you, kid. Oh. Oh. I lost money. Great. Now on to the next step. I'll be waiting at my homemade storefront site, and the trash area closed for repairs. Come, alone. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more hyperlinked blocked. It took me a while to do the fight, but I like him. He's a silly little guy. Oh gosh. There we go. Hi. Get in. That's a loud door. Look at that view. Can I move? I can't. Chris, we have to try to find Noelle. Turn on the high beams. The what? When she sees the queen signal, she will come running. Why do you need to find Noelle so badly? What are you saying? The city is dangerous. Imagine poor Noelle clipping into a wall somewhere, wasting away from potassium deficiency. You're actually worried about her? I would be if I wasn't going to find her. But why her? Wait, let me guess. Is it because she's weak enough to make into your peon? No, just the opposite. It's because she's strong. What do you... Chris, stop the car. What's wrong with it? Oh my gosh. Great. I love this effect of just blowing stuff up. I was just concerned because it hadn't exploded yet. Looks like we'll have to split up on foot. Split up? Chris, if you see Noelle, tell her my knowledge of her preferences is absolute. And if she needs proof, use this. Queen's mixtape was thrown into your key items. Great. Toodles. Somehow, I feel like we're almost out of here. Let's go, Chris. Oh gosh. Why are there so many cars? Gosh, that was close, wasn't it, Chris? This strange world, this big city. It's so wild. It kind of makes my head spin. Is that a... Are they listening to us? That looks like a mic. Maybe if I go down here? How did you... She learned how to jump. Oh my gosh. B? Death or devil, I'm assuming? When I said this city makes my head spin, I didn't mean it in a bad way, you know? I always wanted to go someplace new, you know? And Des always told me she'd take me. Somewhere like this. Somewhere with shining lights. DEC. Did you miss exploring, Chris? Back when the four of us were kids? Gosh, remember that night we explored the forest behind the graveyard? Hello, Lulu! Welcome! Thank you for the stretch. Oh, and for the hydrate. I hope you're doing well. All hail Lulu, yes! I've surprisingly almost finished an entire bottle today. Wow. You got a shelf, nice. I really need like hangers. But like not hangers as in you know, regular hangers. I need like I don't know. I don't know what to call them. I have no idea what they're called. I took it from the wild. Nice. Hangles. No, no, hangers. Moving it was a pain. I bet. I bet. I had to like rearrange my furniture a couple months ago. I was dying. Moving an entire wardrobe on your own is not easy, apparently. Apparently, those things are incredibly heavy. I have no idea what this spelled out. I have no clue what this spelled out. But for some reason, I feel nostalgic thinking about it. Just wiping away my tears with Assie's jacket with warm sleeves that smell like cinnamon. The shelf was taller than you. I bet that was very, very hard to carry, Lulu. I hope you get some rest. I hope you can get some rest. This word is too long. I forgot the letters in the middle. I don't know what they spelled out. Oh, hi, Noelle. Chris is the only one who knows how weird I am. It's not fair, you know. Everyone knows how weird you are. Okay. Whee! Ooh! Can I get scammed here? I wanna get scammed. Hold on. It's a ball throwing game. Prizes are seated under the counter. That is... I want to play! Aww. I can't play. I wanted to play. Oh! Steal the prizes? Yeah. I kind of want to get scammed though. I would prefer getting scammed. This reminds me of the snail race. Those scammed me too. And then the guy I was fighting for like 30 minutes, he took 20 coins. I don't even know what he's gonna do with 20 coins, honestly. Oh no, she's coming back this way. I'll hide in that stall. You're not exactly hidden, but okay. I know how you can get scammed. Redeeming Jay's outfits. Exactly. Redeeming Jay's outfits is basically a scam. You redeem it and then 2 seconds later, poof, it's gone. I wanna like, if I was a patient person, I would like save up 50k points and then just redeem the same thing 5 times. Just so he has to put it on for a long time. What do you mean, what did you do, Jay? They're expensive and they leave in 2 seconds. You get 10 minutes for 10k? How is that a scam? Here you get, how much was the Abyss Mage? I don't remember. I think it's 1,000. It's 30 minutes. My Abyss Mage toggle is 30 minutes. And it's cheaper. There's too long of a cooldown for that, or else I would have done it. There's a cooldown too? That is 100% a scam, Jay. I didn't know you were like this. I didn't know you were such a big scammer. I knew you were scamming us, but I didn't know the scam was that big. Sweet, right? Where's my prize? Oh, here. Ah, nice. Oh, she's leaving? Wait, I actually don't want this. Oh, is it mine? I get to be scammed! And those two are coming back from their date because they ditched me. If you want to blame anyone, blame Jack for spamming them. Of course he's gonna spam them if the cooldown is 10 minutes. Of course he's gonna spam it. My singing is 3k and at least that makes sense. 3k for singing makes sense, Lulu. That does make sense. My outfit redeems are expensive, but they're for all stream. What happens if like someone redeems one outfit and then somebody else redeems another outfit? What do you do then? I have that issue with the Arlecchino plushie and the Abyss Mage model. Unfortunately. If you redeem the Abyss Mage model while the Arlecchino plushie is there, I think the clock keeps going during the Abyss Mage model, so you don't actually get 30 minutes of Arlecchino plushie. Nobody's gonna have enough points for that? Jack, how how many points did you how many points do you need for the outfits? How's nobody gonna have enough points for that? Susie, you're not supposed to attack people with it. Oh yeah, watch me. Hi, you guys ditched me. I almost died like 3 times. I got scammed. Chris, there you are. Chris, check out my new attack. Oh, she can heal now. Yay. 25k for my bunny one? 20k for the maid? That is premium price. That is premium price, Jack. That's not expensive. That is premium price. How's that? Meet the new healing master, Chris. Oh, yeah, she's a real master at it, Chris. God, teaching you sarcasm was a mistake. Oh, Chris, what's that you have there? Is that a gift for someone? Oh, I feel like there's a bomb in this. Like, if it's an actual gift, I want to give it to Ralsei, but I feel like there's a bomb in this because every single thing that Queen has ever held in her hand has exploded. Her car has exploded. Her wine glass has exploded. Her arcade has exploded. Literally everything she owns has exploded so far. But I don't want to give a gift to Birdly if it turns out to be an actual gift. Guess I'll give it to Ralsei. Is there a choice? I mean, I can pick who to give it to, but I don't know if it's a bomb or an actual gift. Everyone's told me it's a gift, but I feel like it's a bomb. So you don't understand. I go into the person's chat where I made the deal to wear the maid outfit, and I only get called a maid now. That's what you get for having the maid outfit. Is there a choice? It's Deltarune. Wait, what? Lulu, I don't understand. I'm sorry. Oh, is there actually okay, now I get it. Okay, sorry. It's 10 p.m. My brain is not braining anymore. My brain is not braining anymore. Jack, who's this person? I need to thank them. Yeah, who are they? We gotta go thank them. We gotta deliver a thank you gift. Yeah, it's late for me. I always stream in the evening. So like my statistics, it's like 70% USA, I think. Which is really interesting to me. Cause like EST is 7 hours behind, and then PST is like 10 hours behind, I think. It's only 11 a.m. for me. Yeah, it's almost 12 hours between us. 11-hour difference. I'm not giving anyone that power to know who it is. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, Jack. Huh? You're giving it to me? Oh, I did have a choice. Please don't explode. Please don't explode. Chris? I've never gotten a gift like this before. Um, I'm sorry. I'm so happy. I don't really know what to say. Please don't explode. Please don't explode. I'll hold something for you too, okay? It didn't explode. It didn't explode. Yay! It didn't explode. Let's go. It's a rare choice moment. Yeah. there is no choice for Sans or Lancer. Lancer is stuck in that closet or whatever it was, and Sans is just chilling in his house. Sans isn't in this one? I mean, he technically is, but like, he's not doing anything. He's just chilling there. He's trying to get people to be friends with Papyrus. He was like, hey, my brother, he doesn't have friends. Can you like go be friends with him? Is it with Toriel? I don't think they're actually with Toriel, but the like phone call thingy was insane. Sans is having game with the milk. Yes. Yes. Bring back Lancer? No. Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Hi, Noel. We just smacked you in the face with a baseball. You mean give us Lancer back? I don't have that kind of power. He's stuck in that closet. He's vibing. He's the new king. He has a job. He's busy. The hell were you doing in there? That's cheating. Glad you're okay though. Since that stupid queen took you, I was kind of worried. Thump thump. Ah. You two need to go on a date already. Please. Wait. Aren't you on their side? Huh? Wait. Chris, help me. We have a truce. That's right. We have a truce. Chris said I could be on your team. Oh, really? Well, if Chris said so, I guess. Didn't really want to kill you anyway. So, get in line already. Okay. Oh, there's 4 of us now. Chris also said I should be behind Susie. Well, if Chris said so, let's go already. Oh, they're lined up from shortest to tallest, but then Chris over here is also short. That's cute. I like it. Get him out of there? I can't get him out of the closet. The closet. I don't have that kind of power. He's happy to be in the closet. Oh. I'm gonna go here. I'm not gonna use the teacups. I want to be different. But now I'm curious what the teacups do. Hold up. Jay is very familiar with the closet. He is. He's very familiar with the closet. Maybe Jay can bring him out for us. Wait, I know. To turn off that force field, you just stay standing on the switch. Huh. What do you mean, huh? We've done this before. Well, see you later. Wait, hold on. I'm curious what happens if I use the teacups. What's that supposed to mean? What do you mean, what's that supposed to mean? You're already in the closet. You just gotta tell Lancer to come with you. And we'll have him back. Oh, there doesn't seem to be a reason to write this. I can't write it even if I wanted to, apparently. Okay. I'll use the stairs. It's fine. It's fine. Eee. I can't fit. What do you mean you can't fit in your closet? Wait, what do you mean you can't fit in your closet? The treasure of air, where 3 are 1, place 1 to 3. Perhaps it means we all have to enter one teacup? Well, I don't like doing it, but it works. Wait, what do we do? Oh my gosh. Now that there's... Oh gosh. Oh gosh. What do we do now that there's 4 of us? We can't get in teacups anymore. I gotta fight this guy. Your ultimate healing? I'm not gonna get you to heal. Avoid. And then you do our action to this one. My closet has figures, plushie, sweaters. I don't know what that's supposed to say. Jay, I'm sorry. If you took them out, you'd fit in though. Ambulance? Hell no. Like, doctors even get me. Susie told you to avoid getting hit by the ambulances. Thank you. That's very helpful. It's a hassle to take it all out. I didn't tell you to go in the closet. I told you you'd fit in the closet if you took them out. So you can't say you don't fit in your closet. You do fit in your closet. Oh. Oh! I haven't done this before. Wait. Okay, that worked. Spare. Defend, I guess. I don't know. Step on this thing. Oh, okay. Why do I have to be in the closet? You don't have to be in the closet, you already are. Why can't I be in the Sonic Speed Cafe? You can be in a closet in the Sonic Speed Cafe. Oh, I can't go there still. Okay. I want to go there. Wait, if I go back to the teacups, will I be able to unlock that chest? Or am I going down here for no reason? I'm probably going down here for no reason. Hey, get in there. Y'all jumped into one teacup. You heard a clicking sound. Did it work? Did it work? What did it work? Where is the closet? What is the closet? Who is the closet? This closet is always with you, Jay. You're always in the closet, no matter where you go. Yay! I get balloons! Is that it? That's it? Great. Great, I got balloons. Love that. Who doesn't like balloons? Oh my gosh. Ah. No. Oh gosh. Oh, no. No. Oh shoot. What do you mean how? I give up. I leave this to Lulu. I give up. Hello, Pan. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Mouse. Okay. I'm bad at these guys. Upgrade. Wait, what does the upgrade do? What does the upgrade do? What does the upgrade do? Closet as a metaphor for not being out as gay? Yeah, exactly. We're doing amazing. I'm eating a sandwich. Ooh, nice. I kind of want a sandwich too. I might have a sandwich later. I ate kind of early, so now I'm hungry, even though it's the middle of the night. He doesn't know what the closet means. Yeah. What do you mean you're not, Jay? We had this conversation literally yesterday. And your chat, literally your chat, decided that you are in fact in the closet. Oh, we have a cat now. Don't we just have to fight the cat now? Huh? Oh! There's a cat! Oh my gosh! There's a cat! Heading war soft ways. I don't know what any of these do. I described why I like the characters. Jay, you... you had so much to say about, like, Majima and Kiryu, and you were really excited to talk about Ken and Terry, and then you called Elphelt stupid and barely had anything to say about Raiden. Jay. I need to defend more. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die. Oh my gosh. Don't, I mean, you can meow, you're cute, but like, don't. Also, because I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. Oh, they're all tired? Hold on. So if we defend, and then... defend... Oh... Ralsei can only do one person. Oh no. Jay says he's not gay and lists off woman. Woman he has no attraction to. Exactly. Also, that does not cancel it out. Just because you like woman doesn't mean you don't like men. Elphelt is cool, she's silly. That's not what you said. You said she's stupid. You said she has a stupid personality. I can appreciate a pretty girl, but that doesn't mean I want to take her on a date. Exactly. Exactly. See? CJ? Oh my gosh. Ow. Okay. What is the plan? And there is no plan. Oh boy. I'm gonna try to trap one of these guys. You can't do anything, can you? Yeah, no, you can't do anything. You just defend and you use pacify on one of the mice. Okay. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna— why is there two? I pacified one already. Are you sure, Pan? Are you sure? Oh my gosh. Don't die. Don't die. Do not die. Do not die. Don't die. We don't have to die. We don't have to die. Okay, I don't have to do this. I can just defend, and then magic, pacify, boom, we're done, and everybody's alive. Why is that not allowed? Why is Pookie not allowed? Huh. Interesting. Wait a sec. Where's Noelle? Sorry, I just never seen fireworks up close before. Those bullets. What, you scared? I guess so. Maybe that's why I couldn't stop watching. We stepped on it again. Oh gosh. I had more to say about Elphelt, but you didn't let me finish. You called her stupid. it was the Pookie part, Pan, because it like tells me what term is the problem, and it's like, oh, this message says Pookie, you can't send this, and I was like, what? That's stupid. So I allowed it. Noelle is so lame. No! Noelle is great. Yeah, leave her alone. I'm trying to set them up on a date. I'm trying to send them on a date. I love them. You want it? You like Birdly, Pan? You like Birdly? Birdly is... I hate Birdly with all my being. He is the most annoying thing I have ever seen. If I was able to, I would turn him into chicken nuggets. He's so annoying. He's not funny. He's annoying. Incredibly annoying. Oh, wait, what? Do I can I catch mice? Oh, I can catch mice. I can catch mice. Where's more mice? I want to catch more mice. More mice? No mice for me? Come on, mice. Go. Hey. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I gotta pick up the mice. Come back. Oh. Wait, how do we do this? Oh, like that. Okay. Let me catch up. Replace Birdly with Lancer? Lanston is good. I like Lancer. I don't like Birdly though. I really hope he and Susie become a thing at the end of the game because it would be so funny. No, hell no. Hell no. Nuh-uh. I'm setting these two up on a date. I don't accept anything else. 20 more down. We're gonna be here forever. But they're cute. They're little mice. Maybe if we split up the work? Huh? I'll release the mice. Susie will break the balloons when they reach the top. And Chris, you can catch them. If that's okay. Ready? Go. Okay. Oh, this is fast. I'm sorry, mice. I'm sorry, mice. I'm trying my best. I truly am. But I'm not great, so... Oh gosh. Mice, no, I'm sorry, little guys. Oh gosh. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. Come on, come on. Don't fall. Don't fall. I'm gonna catch you. I'm not gonna let you face plummet onto the ground. There we go. There we go. Revive Lancer and bring him back? Lancer isn't dead. Lancer's alive. Lancer is so cool. I wouldn't call him cool, but he's a nice character. I like him as a character. Lancer and Burly were equally dangerous and annoying, and it's just that Lancer is cute and everyone forgave him immediately. Well, Lancer wasn't annoying. Burly is annoying. That's the difference. I want cheesy garlic bread. That would be good. You know what I want? I really want a cookie. Like a chocolate chip cookie. I really want a cookie. I was on Lancer's side from the beginning though. I think I was annoyed with him like the first time we met him, but then after that I loved him. It was great. I loved him. You're not a gamer, you wouldn't understand it. I hate Burly. Why get cookies when you can get Kiryu figures? I can't eat Kiryu figures. I can't eat Kiryu figures. Okay, closeted. Hell yeah, take that, stupid mice. They're cute. Why get Kiryu figures when you can get Seijima figures? Why get figures when you can get cookies? Like 200 times the cookies. One figure will get you many cookies. And it'll keep you happy for a longer time. Because you can eat cookies. And every time you eat cookies, you're going to be happy. It's nice seeing you enjoy a puzzle, Susie. Well, maybe they aren't awful if you do them like that. Not bad, Noelle. That was kind of smart. Thanks. Maybe next time I'll let you do my homework. Can I? Let's go! Oh, I don't put them in there, right? Yeah. I put them in here. Go, little mouse. Oh, they're adorable. I love them. You Wave Dash in Dragon Blazers 2? That's why you don't get this character who's a gamer delight like I do. Oh my gosh. Why get cookies when you can get Majima and Kiryu figures? You can't eat Majima and Kiryu figures. Oh wait, I need more. I am in need. What do you mean we're done with the mice? But I need one more. You put the bucket in the hole. Oh. Oh, that's the hole for the bucket. Okay. What about Majima cookies? Yeah, that's fine. Cookies are limited? Kiryu and Majima are eternal? Cookies are unlimited? What does that even mean? What if I told you you sent those mice to their doom? No, I sent them to their homes. I sent them to their homes. Where does the bucket go in the square hole? Well, the mice can go anywhere. Cookies are a limited resource? Well, Kiryu figures are also a limited resource. Look, we're finally close to the fountain. It's Queen's mansion. Wait, why did we come here? Hi! Chris, you brought Noelle right to me. I knew our truce was the best, but unfortunately, that means truces are over. Noelle, get over here. But Noelle, I will only say it one time. Infinitely. Get over here. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of get over here's. Noelle, are you hesitating? Let me offend this for you. How about if you don't listen, then a certain bird might take a ride in the acid river. That's perfectly fine. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Birdly? No! Who cares about Birdly? I'm sorry, Chris. Susie, I wish I could have stayed with you longer, but I can't let Birdly get hurt, you know? Don't be sad, Noelle, honey. All that remains is the final step. Oh gosh. My headache is back. Great. My splendorous queen, there you are. I looked in every used game store for you. Oh, Noelle, are you okay? You look a little funny. Okay, plan B. Wait, let me catch up. Hold up. I've been thinking about a new plushie. New plushie is always a good idea. Unless it's like $100 plushie, then maybe it's not a great idea, but plushies are good. I have so many chicken plushies. I don't know how that happened. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm like, I really, really like plushies. Like, not plushies. I really, really like chickens, but something about baby chickens, so like chick plushies, just, they're all so cute. Every time I see one, I gotta buy it. They're adorable. I need them. I need them all. Mice are an endangered species? Well, I sent them home. I didn't kill them. False because it's a figure, you have it forever? I mean, you can keep a cookie forever too. Shoot Birdly? Oh my gosh. 57 USD with tax and shipping. Well, if you really, really, really want it, then you can pretend it's a really, really, really early New Year's gift to yourself. Mom said no. Oh no. Ryudo! No! But the plushie! But the plushie! I need Kiryu and Majima plushies? 167? No, Jay, you don't need them. You do not need them. No, a cookie would mold? Well, a figure could break. I already got myself kind of expensive recently. I feel like I go a couple months without buying myself anything, and then all of a sudden I have the urge to buy like 50 different things. I don't know if that's how it is for everybody else, but I go without buying anything for myself for a couple months. I don't have the desire to buy anything, and then all of a sudden I want to buy literally everything. I want to spend all of my money. The more I look at that Darth Maul figure, the more I think I need it. You do not need it, Jack. Maybe I think you would like the plushie. Can I have a pic? Can I see the plushie? I want to see the plushie. I want to see the plushie. What are you doing? I see now her will must be unleashed by force. Perhaps if I make her face into a robot one. You're gonna turn her into a robot? But you said you wouldn't do that if I... Variable lying set to true. We're gonna be smart together. That's not fair. Understood. Fairness activated. Oh, great. Yay! DM'd. Ooh. Wait. I wanna see. It is so cute. It is so cute. Lulu, I understand. Lulu, I understand. I love it. I love it so much. Mom says no. Oh, but. See, this is this is why we need people like Ryudo, so that we don't just keep buying expensive plushies until we don't have any money left. Mimi is just a kidney. I just need to sell a kidney and I can afford it. Jack, you're gonna need that kidney in the future. You're gonna need that kidney in the future. In the satisfactory group chat? Hold up. Oh my gosh. 41 messages of just just the plushie. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Ryudo immediately saying no. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Hold up. There we go. Oh, that turned into an emoji. Well, whatever. I love how Ryudo just immediately went no. Oh my gosh. Good thing I calibrated those cages. You said I could trust you. Don't encourage this. Oh my god. but it's cute. But it's cute. But it's cute. No, Jay, you do not have to. No, you do not need to buy the plushies. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna let Ryudo deal with that. I'm gonna let Ryudo deal with that. You said you were a gamer. Birdly, I only play mobile games. One of you is going to help me with my plan, and it's going to be Noelle. The rest of you, go to your rooms. She's like a mom to us. Did you guys just add Shadow, your kid is making stupid purchases. Oh my gosh. I got Oh my gosh. What are you gonna do with me? Oh damn. You're still here. I only made 4 cages. I literally don't know. Oh great. To slightly defend Jay, but not really. I got an art book recently for 120. 120 for an art book makes sense. Like, it's an art book. $170 for a plushie does not make sense. Limited edition and signed, that is actually a pretty good price for an art book that's both limited edition and signed. I'd say that's a good purchase. That's a good purchase. It's Kiryu and Majima. It doesn't matter. That's still like $80 per plushie, and they're tiny. It comes today. Ooh, exciting. I really wanted to buy. Oh, what was its name? There was an art book for one of the Studio Ghibli movies, I think. I don't remember which one exactly. And I really wanted to buy it, but it was like very, very expensive because of tax. So I gave up. They're not worth it, Jay. They're not worth it. How do you like your new room units? As you can see, they're perfectly suited to your interests, which I gleaned from your internet search results. I estimate you will have no desire to leave. Please tantalize yourself with your surroundings, and wait patiently while I dominate the world. Toodles. Chris, hey, can you hear me? Looks like there's some way to communicate between rooms. Convenient, isn't it? I really thought of everything. Shut up. Anyway, let's think of some way to get out of here. Ralse, you got any bright ideas? Hey, where the hell's Ralse? Is he okay? Damn, that softy tender screaming. Chris, that's gotta be him. Quick, we gotta think of some way to get out. Anything he smuggled in that might help us? I have a mixtape. Oh wait, no. Go back. Go back. Equip power config. Not here. Where's her mixtape? Uh what do I do? What do I do? What do I... Hey, Chris, do you hear something? Sounds like it's coming from your pocket? Your phone going off or something? Do I have a phone? Wait, the heck? I don't... Hey, Chris, does your phone usually yell? I don't know how to open my phone. I didn't even know I had a phone. How do I... How do I open my phone? What's the key for my phone? Pick up your damn phone. Isn't it with your keys or whatever? Oh. Item? Equip? None of these say key. I don't know. I don't know what the button is. Don't open your phone. I don't know how to open my phone. I don't know how to open my phone. I don't remember having a phone. I'm literally trying every single button there is. F1? F1 didn't help. The open phone button, thank you so much. That is so helpful. That is so helpful. Okay, it's none of the numpad. It's none of the top row. None of the middle row. Oh, no. None of those. That's just the keys. That's this. That's nothing. Oh, that's the Windows key. It's an item? Oh. Wait, item? Oh! Key! Cell phone. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you, Lulu. Oh gosh. It's nothing but garbage noises. Great. Lancer? Release me and I will release you. Wait. Hold up. Oh my gosh. Missed me? Because I missed you. Lancer, is that you? I thought you ditched us. No, I love ditches, but I would never ditch you. I was simply relaxing in Cress's spacious pants hole. I don't like that sentence. You did not tell me that, Jack. You did not tell me that. Lulu's got me. Pocket. Yes, and I saw it all. Pants linked to various items. A wild mom put you in some shock pages. Yeah, we're trapped, so, hey, wait, did you see us on the roller coaster? Yes, it was amazing. My first coaster ride. I love getting nauseous with friends. Hey, you should probably, free us. Oh, right, yes. You can always rely on a friendly me to make you free. I have no idea how to use this. Request new item for room. That sounds good. Item request. Shovel. Quantity. Let's say 999. Quantity overload. Great. That worked. It worked. Let's go. Blue person whose name I know. Great. It's dozens and dozens of bath bombs. From Search Query DIY bath bomb. Great. Is this a shower? The communication device? Yeah. You put your whole head inside and honked. Chris, the hell are you doing? Huh? Trying to fit your head inside? Yeah, me. Hey, we don't have time for this. Lancer, best character. I do like Lancer. It's a jelly in the shape of various knives. From Search Query, sharpest kitchen knife jello. Can I look at this? Or is it? Jongler's Book on Jongling and Other Tricks. From Search Query, How to Use Magic. It's a calendar with college vacation circled. From Search Query, Summon Vacation College when. Pianos? There's 2 pixelized Toriels playing the— oh, it's Toriel! Video game piano tutorial. Aww. Oh, that's why it's tutorials. Tutorial. Oh, I love that. It's a VHS explaining how to install a video game piano. Video game piano tutorials. Okay. Yay, we're out. You know what? Since there's a save point here, once this is done, I think it's a good spot to stop because it is pretty late for me. And I do plan on getting a snack before bed. Chris, hey! Man, Lancer, you're the best, dude. Come on, Noelle and Relse are reading. Yes, let's put the pedal on the metal. Oh, are you okay? Hey, Lancer, you okay, dude? I'm fine. It's very cold. Did he flop over and die like a bug? Hey, are you okay, dude? Here, let me heal you. Susie, but... darn, it's not strong enough, huh? Quick, Chris, let's find Ralse. Maybe he can heal him. There was a save point there. Wait. You two aren't going to leave without me, are you? We are, actually. But Noelle, my damsel in distress, she must be in distress. And if I cannot help her, then... okay, fine. You can come if you shut up. I want to get the save, okay? I would love to keep playing, but it is very late, so I will stop myself. I will not play any longer. I shall switch to my talking screen. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we can finish this next week. I thought we'd be able to finish it next week, but now I'm kind of doubtful. I feel like we might need 2 more sessions, not just 1. But I guess we'll see. We'll continue off where we left off today, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish it. Thank you so much for coming by, everyone. I really enjoyed this part too. I would have continued playing if it wasn't late, but time is important, unfortunately. Let me see if I can raid anybody. Ooh, whoops. That is not what I meant to do. Ooh. Soupy is live playing Persona. There we go. Let's raid Soupy. Soupy is also part of the Cozy Cult. That's our unofficial stream team. We will be doing charity events starting the next month. Basically, we're gonna start doing monthly charity events together. But go say hi to them. They're playing Persona 3 right now. Here are the raid messages. I almost forgot again. Yeah, I will see you all on Sunday. Thank you, Jack. Bye-bye. I will see you guys on Sunday. Until then, enjoy the stream with Soupy. Very southern stream. Thank you, Jay. I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.